Ready. And it's taken me too long to say that. Congratulations. You've already won the day by gracing and therefore humbling the uncommon soul with your mere presence alone. And you need to know you're awesome for doing that. You know what's not awesome? Misunderstandings. That can be understandable, but what's less awesome is what I'm about to do concerning a misunderstanding recently. I am going to go very much against my character and exhibit some kind of uncool pettiness about something that happened. But I'm not going to give a name as to who did what feels like a slight against me and a intentional one at that. So let me see how I can word this without giving them any real identification. There was a stream I stopped by the other night. They were playing SpongeBob SquarePants, the Patrick Star game. This is someone that I don't know very well. So, what I wanted to do very much was know if they had cared, or still to this day, rather, watch any SpongeBob SquarePants. I myself have fallen off that train many, many, many years ago. I feel like the quality has dropped in ways I don't care for, but that's not everybody else. I didn't know if it was this individual. So, what I had asked, I don't care to go back through the stream and figure out the exact wording. That would probably help, but I'm trying to stay calm because I've gotten past this, or I'm better about it than I am. But I asked if they had watched any SpongeBob to this day or if they still do. And here is their response. While they were playing SpongeBob SquarePants, the Patrick Star game. I don't know what that is. I don't know why you would ask me. I have no idea what this is. The name of the franchise is on the game. And you've said the name yourself multiple times before I asked this. You've streamed this game before. After talking it out with another community, now I'll name this one. I aired out this grievance in the Zor Dawn of Doom community, the confuzzled fans there. And they gave me perspectives that I hadn't thought of. That maybe they thought I was being sarcastic, or maybe it was a defense mechanism or something. Maybe they didn't know me, that I would be actually curious about such a thing. So I don't know if I want to go back there, but what Zor and her community had said brought up other possibilities aside from just choosing to see the question, and instead of letting people make the assumption that yes, they do watch SpongeBob still, it felt like they decided to attack me by blatantly asking a question that has no sense in being asked. Like, that felt completely insulting of my question and my curiosity. Like, I'm not allowed to wonder if they watched that or not. Just because someone may enjoy a design of a character in some media does not mean that they would see the original source in some way. Like, this will be not the greatest example, but it's still gonna work. I watched the Harry Potter movies, but I did not read the books. I will say, for the sake of Scholastic and whatever book stuff was going on in middle school and high school and all that, I think it was still elementary school when The Sorcerer's Stone came out, now that I think about it. I'm not 100%, but I read very little. I read that book and then The Chamber of Secrets for the sake of having to read in school and all, but I had no care to read those. And then better examples I could be using: One Piece, Full Metal Alchemist. Seen anime, not nearly enough of One Piece, but did not read the manga. And then the manga would be more relevant in the case of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Didn't read it, watched the anime. And then I'm sure there must be at least one more example. Some people could say watch various Street Fighter movies, which the quality really flounders unless it's Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. That is worth watching. But they don't care to play the games. There are various ways to enjoy media that doesn't rely on watching the source or reading the source or playing the source. And that was the basis of why I asked if someone had been watching any more recent SpongeBob. But to get the answer I did, it felt infuriating and like I was being, if not ignored, made to be an idiot, when it more than likely is autism on my end. And that's just not anyone I want to be around, and that infuriated me. I don't know that I want to go to another stream of theirs. I don't know why I haven't blocked them yet. Probably because of the whole I give people second chances thing. But that moment was absolutely insensitive. And I hate that that's how they would approach that question. That kind of misunderstanding, and that could have been intentional, is not cool. I didn't mean for that response. I would not have asked for that kind of response. Where was a simple yes or no? Because that's all I needed, not the I have no idea what you're talking about while playing this game in this franchise that you are actually relevant about and asking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know why you would ask that. Because times change with long franchises, and people may not feel the same as they did back then. And that was just infuriating. And that's the kind of thing I don't want to inflict on somebody. I've said what I've wanted to say about that, and that's me being petty, and I hate the feeling of it. And I don't prefer to be a serious kind of petty. Let me instead say hello to Zarnathian, because that's what you want to hear and see. That's what I want to do. Let you know that you are heard, you deserve to be respected, and when you're subscribed, oh no, Zarnathium is not subscribed, so I can't do the thingy. Or at least it doesn't show subscription in the chat. So I'll have to do something I don't typically do in a long time. So that would be this here. Only because I don't see a Gashat next to the name, but I see a sword and I see a Vault Hunter. Is it Vault Hunter icon, or what is that from Borderlands? I forget what that is. Just a symbol for the vault or a vault. I could really stand to go through Borderlands. Isn't there news of DLC or showing details on upcoming DLC for Borderlands 4? I thought I had seen that recently. And then I'll also say that this person, they must be a model or some such. And I am not worthy, I am not worthy, I am not worthy of 62 months of subscriptions from Zarnathium. But that's not my call, that's his, and clearly he finds me worthy. And I can't thank you enough for that. Thought about it earlier, but forgot. In a case like that, later is better than not at all. Better late than never, in all honesty. Now I can do this, and I have been longing to. I just had to make sure it was there. Because I've ended up playing things at incorrect times. This is not so incorrect, though. See, it's a rule. Whenever Zarnathium is subscribed and in chat, we've got to hear one of his many kitties. Marshmallow, no, it is not Marshmallow, it is Lance, and the emote says Lance when you hover your pointer over it. I don't make the rules, he does. I'm more than willing to adhere to those rules. And I always love saying that too. That's always fun to say. But I wonder what video game news there is worth sharing right now, if any. I hadn't seen much. Actually, though, there is some good news in general. It's not video game news, but it's still good news. So, clearly, we all hate generative AI in here. So, here's what feels like some small, anyway kind of victory. OpenAI shuts down the Sora generative video app, and Disney pulls out of a $1 billion investment in licensing deal. So I'm real glad that is no longer a thing. Because the thing I read, and I swear I've relayed information about that to you all from, I believe, an MIT study or an MIT report. So, surprisingly, picture Gen AI is the lowest kind of energy consumption. Then comes the highest number of prompts you can get in a text-generated AI energy consumption. But by far and above all else, generative video uses the most and way too much energy. So to hear if OpenAI is still going to be a thing, but to shut down their Sora generative video app, that feels like a win to me in terms of keeping the planet alive a little longer, among other things. And that's one less thing to get in the way of actual videographers and video makers doing stuff instead of regurgitating and having various issues from what AI video making can do. I'm glad that that is going to be one less thing to worry about here. Marshmallow does need an emote, says Zarn, though. He is a really great kitten. And we should be seeing more of him that you feel like sharing in the Discord as well. I'm only inclined to agree very much. Now, I'm not seeing much news else worth sharing from here, but I do see that the manga Chainsaw Man will end with chapter 232. And here is something worth sharing. I have no reason to believe that Pokemon Pokopia can be beat right now. And right now, the only thing I think can beat it, if it even can, but it's a whole different audience as well, would be Pokemon Waves and Winds. I think it's Winds and Waves is the order. But I will say, for competing and considering that competition is still very heavily a thing, Pokemon Champions will launch next month, I believe April 8th, they said, with paid upgrade pack to support early progression. So, for anyone unaware or forgotten, Pokemon Champions it's free to play battler. And the starter pack will have useful in-game items. So, you can import Pokemon caught from various games and put them in Pokemon Champions to battle with. April 8th for Switch 1 and 2, with a smartphone release later this year. So any Pokemon from Pokemon Home will be usable in Pokemon Champions. And that'll include recent Switch games or even past Switch games like Scarlet and Violet, Legends Arceus, Legends ZA, and Pokemon Go. And then you can have a limited selection of creatures in-game, but you have to hand over in-game currency to make them permanently yours. In-game currency, that is all right. No issue with in-game currency. If it gets expensive, at least it's still not spending real-world money. And it's being positioned as the franchise's flagship PvP video game platform, perhaps more centralized than the individual games, which that would sound fine as it is. It'll be the main competitive console game going forward, and that'll start in a few months compared to the game itself being available on April 8th. There will be officially sanctioned championship events starting in May, like regional heats in Indianapolis, then North America International in June, and then Pokemon World Championships in August. So a starter pack that you pay real money for will let you store 50 more Pokemon and a smattering of extra in-game teammate and training tickets. And then you can unlock the trainer battle song from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee to battle to as well. How the game will be monetized in the future, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company have not detailed. That feels relevant to share for Pokemon fans and for those who want to compete in Pokemon game battles. And I still have not gotten back to Legends Arceus, nor have I started Violet. And I could really care to. I haven't even gotten Legend ZA yet. But as some of you may know, in the last month or two, I've actually been somehow making efforts to try Pokemon again. And part of it actually was you all hoping and suggesting that I co-stream the 30th anniversary Pokemon Presents. And that was honestly a good time, and I'm glad I did that. So thank you for asking if I would. I'm real glad I did. I'm also glad to say hello to Mindy8712 as well. So let me get this going for you like you deserve here, because I see the cachette there. I thought I had uploaded the change to the clip, but whatever. It's still fine. It still plays everything that matters. That's a-okay. And I don't have any videos or anything I feel like co-watching as it is, so we may finally actually go straight to the gaming from here. I have no idea what happened. Let me say refresh, though. I have no idea what happened. And all I did was change scenes. So there's something that normally goes wrong. When I change my OBS profile between streaming and recording, the scene transitions don't work. That's fine. I would close OBS and open it back up. I had already closed OBS before. So, ending up what? Opening it, streaming, and then changing scenes here now? I don't know why it messed up the way it did. I don't like that it did. It hurts that it did. I would like to think it's still the same one stream, though, because it was within 90 seconds. I sure hope that's the case. It sure seems like it, because I don't see anything about having to play ads again, and I hope that's not the case. But it still stunk that that happened. But it'll be all right. It'll be okay. Let me see something. Okay, there's still a number of them playing that. But not a lot of people playing this, and that's all right. Zarn finds Pokopia to be addicting. Going to play a little of it last night, then swapped to Crimson Desert, but couldn't stop on Pokopia, and CD got no love. That's okay. You do enjoy your Pokemon, and then it being made from the people behind Dragon Quest Builders 2 gives you more reason to love it. you've got Dragon Quest Builders 2, but Pokemon. So that's kind of pretty fun as it is. That said, I thought I heard that there was an update or something that happened with Crimson Desert, and there have been less woes than there had been. So if that's the case, that's good to hear as well. Let me try this one more time. I have no reason to believe it to work, despite using the same key that I had been using, and it'd be okay. Yeah, that won't work. My vertical streams aren't happening again, and I don't know why. But the horizontal streams are more of what matters here. And I've changed the category, but I've not changed the game name here. We finally have time, and I think that was something I wanted to mention that I hadn't. Let me figure out why I had not done the Mega May, not May, we're in March. I hadn't done Mega March the way I intended. So let me go to my stream manager. In fact, I can just do this here instead. Why I had not been doing any Mega Man stuff like I had intended for the longest time. And I don't want highlights. I want past broadcasts. So I hadn't done anything March 1st because I hadn't intended to because of the timing. March 1st, I had done Steam Next Fest stuff, but I had intended to do Resident Evil Requiem and in one stream. So that's why I didn't do any Mega Man stuff on March 8th. That was all Resident Evil Requiem, so to go through the game before I did any Mega Man stuff. I didn't do any Mega Man stuff on March 10th because that was Mario Day. So that was just timing. And while I ended up angering myself and how long it took and how not good I was, I did in any way finish Super Mario Bros. 1 and 3. Now, March 12th, I could have done Mega Man stuff, but I didn't. And there was a reason. A raid from Zor, Dawn of Doom, and then also a raid train before that. I had enough of a concurrent viewer average to actually do a Dare Drop campaign in Hotel Barcelona. At the time, I had 10 concurrent viewers, so I could actually do that and get Dares done so that I could share the game with you all. I forget what else I shared, and I better look at it and mute the video. It wasn't just Hotel Barcelona. What else was it also? I had demoed Cole Hunter Payback, which had AI generation throughout its game making. Let me look up the details because that was absolutely something to share and what I couldn't share the same day. And what is this? Did I get that somehow? Maybe it was a free game that I claimed. I think it was. But Cole Hunter Payback. Let me go to the page. So, during the development process, they may use AI-based tools to assist with content creation. Maybe that's different than what I'm thinking of. I don't know. But in those cases, the final product reflects their creativity and expression. During the development process, AI-based tools to assist with content creation. Do they mean content within the game or content creation for streamers and video makers or something? I'm not sure. Now, its heads-up display in gameplay looking like Metal Slug, that's not anything I'm going to really complain about because that kind of stuff can happen anywhere. But if that's using AI to help make the game, then I may have promoted something I don't believe in, and that is a very problematic thing. After that was Akatori, which that's a Metroidvania I very much want to believe in, and that doesn't have anything about AI to worry about, so that's all right. And then what came after? I had also shown you Goldilocks 1, The Mists of Chikara, which feels a little rough to me at the point right now, but I don't think it'd be a big ish. Yes, it would. I may have done too much with that, and that was something they came to me with through Keymailer. The use of AI has been incorporated into the pipeline of some of their artists and developers, in some cases for creating references, in others as a base for further work and finishing. That has me concerned there. I again did not look into the game on Steam before accepting such a thing. I have got to be better about that. I don't like what I did there, not looking into the AI generated content stuff before actually showing the games. Now, it would be way worse if the game was made entirely through AI, like some games do like to say. But still, I did not look into this before I got into it, before I accepted the game. But then it was Hotel Barcelona, which I don't have much issue to think of. But those are reasons why I had not done any Mega March stuff. Then March 17th was a little more understandable because Alex became a thing in Street Fighter 6. So that makes a lot of sense. But that wasn't all I did. There was also, what else was there also actually? There was Volunteer, The Ascension. So that was March 17th and March 19th, doing dares for Volunteer, because that was also possible thanks to you all and the raid train and the raid. The viewer average was enough, but it turned out to be much longer to get to getting these dares done than I would have realized. But in the cases of both Hotel Barcelona and Volunteer, I've gotten Steam keys and I need to figure out when I'll be able to give those away in raffles, because I'm sure you would believe I'd want to, because I really, really do. That would be all good there. But those are reasons why there has not been any Mega Man on my end until now. That's finally going to break. The game we got, a new Mega Man game, how long it was that break actually think I give Mega Man was a good idea. That sentence is completely broken and I don't know what's being said. You're going to have to repeat that. But that sentence made zero sense whatsoever, I must be honest about. Are you talking about Mega Man 11 or Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection? Because that's technically newest Mega Man anything, but you might be talking the newest classic Mega Man in Mega Man 11. I have no idea, but I will still say hello to one before I go any further with that. And I see the chat there, so I know you want this here as soon as I find it. Now, while I will not be playing either of these two games, there were at least two Mega Man games that have appeared on the Sega Saturn, and I better look up one of them so I know I'm not blowing hot air. I can say for sure Mega Man 8 was one of those games. I feel like I like the way the music played on the PlayStation version of Mega Man 8 more than the Saturn, but the Saturn surely has better tech than the PlayStation, despite the PlayStation being still an incredible console in and of itself. And I'm looking at this, making sure before I say anything, and yes, Mega Man X4 was the other Sega Saturn game I was thinking of. I know at least two Mega Man games were there, and those were the two. Zarn can't believe he forgot to watch Paradise on Sunday. The last ending actually got him to say out, "No, don't end there." Paradise, Paradise, Paradise. Is that a thing on Hulu and does it have James Marsden, or am I thinking of something else entirely? I don't know why, but for some reason I think of Paradise, I think of some show on Hulu, and I swear James Marsden was in there, but I could be thinking of something else wrong entirely. But here, let me finally get this in since I said what we're going to be playing here. It'll be Mega Man 11. And what is it on? Is it on all modern consoles like I think it is? I swear it is. It could all technically be last gen if we're being honest. The Switch 2, the Xbox Series, PlayStation 5. It's probably all previous gen consoles, really. All last gen consoles. Would you not say we're fully in this next generation now? It sure feels that way to me. Now, that said, the 1, the 4, and the Switch 1, they all are still getting support right now as it is. So they're not out yet. But they do feel like previous generation now. And I need to refresh something because something is very inaccurate here, and I can't think of where it is. That. There have been no donations toward the Prevent Cancer Foundation, so I need to refresh this and show that no progress has been made towards that. But it's all right. Anyone could ask what that is, and I would easily tell them, or the Twitch chat, the Stream Elements bot, would periodically remind of what that is. So that's no big deal. There was nothing in the 2010s for Mega Man. That's what Juan was trying to say. And 11 is what Juan was talking about. We almost never got Mega Man 8 on the PlayStation. We didn't, did we? I will ask how that came to be that we almost didn't get Mega Man 8 on the PlayStation. That is actually something relevant worth knowing that I would not mind knowing there. And I guess I need to hit enter again. Yeah, to get that black bar all the way down. Then Super Adventure Rockman. I have no idea of what that is. Super Adventure Rockman, not Super Adventure Island. Super Adventure Rockman. What is that? A spin-off of the Mega Man series in an interactive movie game and Prime spin-off. That never came here as it is, so that is irrelevant here in the States, considering there's no way to get it on any console here in the States. So that's irrelevant here. What wording made Zarn think of that Dream Kid? What wording went on that made you think of that Dream Kid? And what Dream Kid that I don't know about? Okay, we are thinking of the same show, though, Paradise. The main star is Sterling Brown, but James Marsden is in there. I feel like Sterling Brown must have been in something else, and I'm going to look it up to make sure. I want to think that's the case, but I'm not 100%. So let's see. What was he mainly in? Yes, that is what I'm thinking of. I hadn't watched it, although Uncle Shaq was an extra in one episode. But Sterling is also, he portrayed one of the protagonists of that drama, This Is Us. And funny enough, Uncle Shaq actually had an extra role in that. I believe it was a neighborhood pool party or some such. And my own brother was there in one episode that had that. So that's a funny thing to think about. But I'm glad we were thinking of the same show here. I'm glad that we were on the same page there. But when you said Sterling Brown, it made me think, was he not in This Is Us? And yes, he was. Oh, how I am so glad to be. Well, actually, come to think, now the stream live thing on OBS is looking different than what Twitch is telling me about how long I've been on. So I guess I'll have to have that stream manager up so I know how long I've been actually streaming. When I read that first line about Mega Man that Juan typed out, that made you think about that dream kid. So let me see about this here. And I'll have to mute the tab as soon as it opens or try to.
Have you ever had a dream?
Maybe I should show that here. Maybe I should show that considering what it is. So let's full screen it. And then I'll mute the game stuff for the moment. And then pull up this video because I don't know anything about it. So let's see about this that Zarn is sharing with us here. What one said at first made Zarn think of this here.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
I could imagine why you might have thought of that based on the wording of the first message that Juan sent there. It felt unfortunately incomprehensible. He got there, though, but a lot of that felt sadly incomprehensible. I feel bad about that. Okay, I wonder if that was something entirely different. But I don't know what dream that kid was asking about. I really don't. And is my DualSense battery that low? I wouldn't realize it'd be that low. Mindy actually remembers that. You've seen that before? Where did you see that? What was that from? What was that? Because I have no idea whatsoever. But really, the controller's slow? I thought I had charged it. I must not have been charging it. But apparently, I'm really gonna make Mindy try Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. It being free to play, you ain't got nothing really to lose. Now, if you don't like how it feels, you could say you lost time. But in the biggest reality at first, you got nothing to lose. You definitely don't have money to lose. We can say that right then and there. You ain't got no money to lose, and that is good that you don't have any money to lose. Zarn can't remember where he first saw it, but knew it was a long time ago. Very long time ago. And I had better have been gaming. If anything, there's a battle pass going on with this right now. I finished the battle pass for this, and I didn't really care to spend money on the premium pass for it, so where the free pass was, I'd already finished that. And I had not been playing everything on the top bar there, but I had been getting some games. In fact, actually these these 3 games here, Phantom Breaker Ultimate, Godbreakers, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, they all came from this recent PlayStation sale. Now this I've had for a long time, and this doesn't take long to play. It can be a few minutes in all. This was from PlayStation Plus, however long ago. With Slay the Spire 2 being in early access, I thought, why not play this and see what it's all about? Now I get it and I want to play more. But it's not a 15-minute or half-hour thing here. The run is going through the whole game. And I've made it past Act 1, but there's more to go. It ain't simply doing stages like Vampire Survivors, for example. So I've got more of this I gotta go through. Will I make it in one play, though? Will I make it in one run? Will I actually slay the Spire in one run? Mindy used to play PSO games some back in the day. What did you play then? And I can't think of me playing much of any at all. I didn't play, in fact, how many episodes of Phantasy Star Online were there? Because I don't think I knew if they could even be played offline, nor did I see Phantasy Star Online anything for the GameCube back in the day, or maybe I'd been looking at other stuff and PSO just didn't grab my interest. I have Phantasy Star Universe, though. I'd like to think that's within the same realm of Phantasy Star Online, though, but I do have Universe. That I can say I have, and I want to go through. And where is it over in the other storage? I thought it would have been in the USB storage. No, it's right here. Here's Mega Man 11. And I've not gone through the game ever, and I very much should. I've gone through everything that wasn't Mega Man and Base. Everything with a number on the consoles I've gone through. And only now am I starting Mega Man 11. And next year will be the 40th anniversary of Mega Man. Mindy's played some Phantasy Star Portable for the PSP. That feels like it'd be Phantasy Star Online related.
I strongly believe Albert's research must stop.
Light. We can't build the future on your empty optimism.
Say what you will. I cannot agree to this. Please listen.
Oh, Phantasy Star Online for Dreamcast.
At every turn, you've ignorantly blocked my research.
Mr. Wily, control yourself. I see the committee is in agreement. And
They're so young.
The department chooses Thomas Light's research into robots with independent thought. Thank you, everyone.
Why? Why are you fools so blind? One day, Light. One day the world will know I was right all along. Bad memories make the worst dreams.
What
A
PJs?
genius of my caliber needs sleep to keep his brain in gear. Wait.
And what a skull bedpost hole thing.
Yes. Now I'll show you, Light.
Oh, so that's how this comes to be. He revives research he once did. I would not remember that this was 8 years ago here. Let me see if I need to change anything. I don't think I do. I'll change that though. No, nothing else. Is there anything I wanted to look up for some reason or another? I don't think there is. I forget if something came out here now that I think about it, but I don't think it did. Yeah, I don't think that came here. Unless it did. But I swear it didn't. Did Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst come here? I'm not convinced, but I can't see. It might have, but it's only online through private servers. No, Blue Burst was only in Japan. In fact, Phantasy Star Online on the Wikipedia page would help to show this. So launch and later releases. Online was first on the Dreamcast, so I had that wrong. It was first on the Dreamcast. Then there was version 2, then episode 1 and 2, and here's something I would not remember or know or anything. But boy, oh boy, there was... Now I can scroll down the street. There was a very long GameCube controller that had a keyboard in the middle of it. I wonder if this inspired anything relating to the Switch or the Steam Deck or anything similar. And before screen, it was a keyboard. Boy, oh boy, though. But Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2, the GameCube would have that. So episode 1 is a port of version 2 with improved graphics, and episode 2 was entirely new content. Then it was ported to the Xbox. Then there was episode 3, Card Revolution, sequel to the stories in 1 and 2, and then it became turn-based strategy cards instead of action RPG. And the online servers for it shut down the same time as GameCube servers for 1 and 2. Oh no, Blue Burst released in beta in North America in 2005 and then fully in June, so Blue Burst did come here. And then only private servers would remain for sure, but it did come here, a Blue Burst. I could not have been sure of that at all. Then what about Phantasy Star Universe? If I could type things right, that is. I feel like it should be related to online, but it may not be. And I can't tell if any ads are going to show up soon, but I don't think they will. Not too soon yet. They're probably about to, though. Phantasy Star Portable actually is within Phantasy Star Universe series. So Phantasy Star Universe is a series, and Phantasy Star Portable is actually within that. That I would not know, so it looks like Phantasy Star Universe is not related to Phantasy Star Online, but Phantasy Star Portable is related to Universe. I could not have been sure of that. So why don't I search within Phantasy Star Online, or the Phantasy Star fandom page, Phantasy Star Online, and what all is related to it. The series. Phantasy Star has, or Phantasy Star Online has episodes 1, 2, 4, and 3 apparently. Various versions. Online and version 2. And online, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And episode 3, Card Revolution. And Blue Burst. Episode 4, beta, and episode 4 was only in Japan. And Phantasy Star Zero is related to Phantasy Star Online, and that was on the DS. But Portable is more related to the online games. And here's something that's actually very relevant to 1. Skullgirls actually has Robo Fortune in 2 colors related to Phantasy Star Online. There are colors based on Eleanor Camuel and Kirik. So then the overclock palette are reminiscent of the default Razazel or Rakazel. I can't think. All I know is there are two colors for Robo Fortune that actually reference two characters in Phantasy Star Online. That's what matters here. So the kid was trying to say in that video we just saw, haven't you ever had a dream? Something you wanted so bad you'd do anything? And I'd like to think we do have dreams like that still. I know I do. Oh, okay. There's a video of the adult version of that kid talking about that moment. Oh boy, that's something there. It's a quote from the animated Hercules. Is it the animated Disney Hercules or a different Hercules? Because I'm sure plenty of us would think of Disney, but we also know that Disney is not the only one who did Hercules animated, I'm sure. Or any kind of Hercules. There was Kevin Sorbo as Hercules, The Legendary Adventures Hercules, before Lucy Lawless broke away and got to do her own thing in Xena Warrior Princess. Mega Man 11. This is Ericus's favorite Mega Man game that his dog ever ate. What her opinion was on it, not so sure. I feel bad that your dog ate this. And that means I don't know how you feel about the game because it's your favorite game that your dog ever ate. But how do you feel about the game as a whole? Before we do anything about that, let me say hello to Ericus here. And make sure to play this as deserved to be. So, you have enjoyed the game, you just never got to finish it. I'll do you one better, and I never got to start it until now, or I was going to, but then it came close to be ad time, and now it is ad time, and I don't want the ads, you don't want the ads, those of you subscribed don't have to suffer the ads. But if anyone's here that wants to be and has to suffer the ads, I don't want them missing out. So I'm going to play these dumb ads, and I hate the doing it. Please pardon these ads, because I don't want anyone missing out who's not subscribed. I may be home alone right now, but that's no excuse to be doing anything crazy and acting like a fool. What I'm gonna do instead is... What is even this? Oh, fan camp interview for Luminessa Rise, which I have and I haven't touched, but I need to. What I want to do is look at the trophies for Mega Man 11. See what it's all about. 1, 4, 8 stages. Then Gear Fortress Stage 3. Then the game. Normal, superhero. Reach a boss room with no damage or deaths or death protection. That's sure to happen at some point. Then the mid-bosses of all 8 stages without special weapons. What does that mean first play, though? I guess the first time going through the stage. That's what I'm imagining. The first time you go through the stage, you can't use special weapons. Now, if you do it with another file, you could totally make that happen. But I don't think I want to go for all this here right now. I want to play it the way I normally would. So those would be for another file. Now that would be harder to do, but still entirely possible. But I'm not going to stress if I don't this first time. Complete the game on normal or harder without a game over. And apparently it's possible to go through this game within an hour. And then you can do it on casual or harder without buying or using items or parts. So can definitely do that and have no issue on casual, especially when you've gone through it harder in the first place. And Chain Blast to destroy a stone wall. So there must be stage specific trophies here then. Don't let pools change. Yeah, I don't have to worry about these right now. Gear Fortress 2. Although I probably want to do these as it is. I think I'll want to do them. Then destroy all types of metal, shield attackers, Sniper Joe, Gabiol, and Baton. Destroy a Tatpakan from the back. Then destroy blocking enemies using special weapons. Only the first time, huh? Destroy 30 enemy projectiles. 3 or more enemies with the Shimobi explosion. These first play things, I don't think I'm very fond of here. Destroy so many enemies. Then destroy Mini Spider using an acid pool, barbecue grill, or other environmental hazard. Destroy a Sniper Joe piloting a Sniper Armor D. An Arc Weldy obstacle, Mawaru C with a Mega Buster without speed gear. 30 enemies while guard is broken. 3 or more enemies with a charge shot. And all types of Gabiol, Elect Crosser, and Elect Extender. Oh, that's a funny one. Run into an instant death hazard without dying. There are various ways to do that, I'm sure. And destroy 10 enemies during 1 speed gear use. Defeat a boss using only power gear attacks. 100 enemies during speed or using speed gear. 80 enemies using power gear. Then defeat an enemy using the final charge shot. I'd like to think that'd be when you're low on health, perhaps. Special weapon while power gear is active. The name is Power Up. It says to use a special weapon while power gear is active. This is long after Mega Man X, when all you had to do to power up your special weapons was get the arm parts and actually charge the special weapon. 5 parts. Mystery Tank, turn an enemy into a 1-up. Bronze rank or higher, or silver rank, or just gold rank. Then complete Dr. Light's trial for the first time and unlock and view all gallery files. Let me see what this whole first play thing is about, like I'd like to guess. Mega Man 11 Trophy Guide. It's been so many years. So what does it mean by first play? Does it mean like I think it means? So there is something I can do. If I get a game over, I should not continue and I should not save. Just reload the previous save. I should attempt all the first play trophies that must be completed before the game is beaten. I'd like to think, so that's what it must mean, first play. That means you have to do this stuff before beating the game on a save file. That's what I was thinking. After you beat the game, then you can replay stages, unlock more parts, and do other trophies, but in order to get these first play trophies, gotta go through it before rolling credits. I feel like I don't want to do that in a first natural playthrough here. So if I get things, I get things. But if I don't, I won't. And I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I am totally fine with that. So the special mechanic, Ericus feels he wasn't good at. And I had to re-look and see that that's the double gear. So here's the difficulties. Newcomer. For those who have never played a Mega Man game, if that's ever anybody, then I say welcome. Then casual. For those who love Mega Man, but haven't played in a while. I cannot be that. Even if I haven't played a while, I cannot be casual. Normal. For dedicated Blue Bomber fans who love a real challenge. This being the first time I've played Mega Man 11, this is for me. Then superhero, only the truest, most hardcore fans need apply. I will do that, just not right now. Just not right now. The year is 20XDX, at the laboratory of Thomas Light, father of modern robot society. Many hardworking robots have arrived for their annual maintenance checkup.
All systems nominal. You're in great shape, Blockman.
All thanks to you, Doc. You built me rock solid. Well, I can hear the construction yard calling. Block out.
Good luck out there.
That's all good.
Roll, how many checkups are left?
Let's see. We just finished with Blockman.
Looking similar to Mega Man 8.
Torchman, Acid Man, Impact Man, Bounce Man, Fuse Man, Tundra Man, and Blast Man. Just 7 to go.
Oh, brother, there's no end to them.
I remember Otto there.
How about giving your favorite assistant a break?
I don't need a break, Otto. You know, for a robot, you sure do complain a lot. Now let's crank it up a gear.
Gear.
I hate a machine. Man, but still.
Mr. Torchman, please proceed to the... Oh, earthquake!
What on earth? Roll, Otto, hurry to me.
I remember that sound. That sounds familiar.
Splendid to see you again, Light.
Wily.
Doctor, what's going on? Stand back, everyone. I'll handle this.
Mega Man.
This is no time for your heroics.
I like how he looks,
I've
though.
simply come to give Dr. Light a message.
Then kindly be quick about it.
Of course. You see, I recalled some old research. The very invention
Poor Otto.
you so coldly crushed when we were students together. Or has your memory failed you?
You broke that thing, Wily.
University days. A device. It can't be.
Oh, but it can! Your objections wouldn't stifle me forever. I have perfected my design. And now we'll see who was right all along.
Dr. Light, what's the ruckus?
Perfect timing. The lot of you will make excellent test subjects.
Aw, heck.
Who are you calling test subjects?
Quickly, you must all run and hide.
Speed here!
My robots.
Over here, Light.
That ain't good.
That speed. What have you done?
Block Man.
Nobody blocks Block Man!
Let those robots go, Dr. Wily!
I have a better idea. At last the world will bow down to the genius of Dr. Wily!
Doctor, I'll go after Wily.
Wait, Mega Man! Wily's invention is called the Double Gear System. It's designed to push robots far beyond their normal strength and speed. If he really has completed it, I'm afraid you won't stand a chance.
But we can't just let him get away!
Mega Man, I can tell you won't be stopped. Very well. This is the prototype double gear system that Wily developed back at Robot University. If I install this into your circuits, you may be able to stop him.
Doesn't it look big for him,
But
though?
it's dangerous. Double gear places great strain on robot systems.
I can take it, Doctor. I want to do this no matter the cost. Hook me up!
As you wish. The installation will take some time. There's a lot of work to do.
A few days
Double
later.
gear system is fully installed. Mega Man, rise and shine.
There he is.
Get him, Mega Buddy! And remember, your old pal Otto is here to help out.
Mega Man, that dirty Wily won't know what hit him.
Mega Man, you're doing a noble thing. Be careful out there.
Doctor, roll. Otto, I'll be back soon.
Mega Man looked a little different compared to the other three there. When he was in his rock clothes, he looked normal, but he looked a little different, like shaded or filtered differently or something compared to the other three when he got into his blue bomber armor. You've been repeating Mega Man break stuff whenever I bring up anything Mega Man related, how a break did more good than harm. I would have been fine with more Mega Man. I mean, Mario didn't stop, Zelda didn't stop. Street Fighter did stop for a time too. So why not say Street Fighter's break did more good than harm? So many years between Street Fighter 3 and then Street Fighter 4 and then re-releases in between. Why don't we talk about that? Having a good break instead of Mega Man. Resident Evil didn't really have much of a break, did it? I don't think it did. But I would love another Darkstalkers, but that'd be too hard to do in 3D. And then we've not had a new Rival Schools in a long time. I'd love for that. Multiple franchises, Battle Network, Star Force, Mega Man X, Legends, ZX. But haven't you been saying that the franchise as a whole has been taking a long break, though? Like, were you talking just the classic series had a break, or the whole franchise had a break? Because now I can't think. I can't wait for Onimusha Way of the Sword, though. But I'm not ready. I've not gone through 1, 2, Blade Warriors, and 3. Something we need to give does not feel like a answer that makes sense, as in, is it the whole franchise that you say that needed a break and you're glad it got one? Or we're talking the classic series alone? Something we need to give does not work as an answer, as in it doesn't make sense to the question I asked. Okay, you were talking the whole entire franchise. That's what I wanted to know, so thank you for answering that. And considering I hadn't demoed this in years, you better believe we're getting an explanation of the double gear system. You better believe. R1 will activate the speed gear to move so fast that everything else seems slow. And L1 will be the power gear. And it'll let him charge the Buster and unleash even more power. Wouldn't he already be able to charge before anyway? That is quite a thing, though. If the gauge fills up, though, Mega Man will overheat, and neither gear will be usable until cooldown. Oh, there's a double shot there. But then comes this overheat. So let's see this here. There's the regular charge. So he'll move fast, or he'll move up speed, but it'll look like he moves slower, but he still moves faster than enemies. So that's the speed gear in play. Okay, that does look bigger there. So there's the double shot. So let me then charge it before I activate the power gear. So it looks like you charge that all the way in power gear, it's going to overheat no matter what. I can see that, and that'd be fine. I would understand that. Oh, oops. I didn't see double gear technique. We need to see that. Options. I totally missed that. I did not mean for that.
Welcome back, Mega Man. If you have any bolts, let me build items to help you.
Okay, Mega. What'll it be?
I want to go back to that tutorial because I didn't see double gear technique. I completely missed that. Fine. Don't save. We'll just start that over because I didn't see the double gear technique, only the double gear system. New robot masters like Blast Man and Blockman and so many others. New Mega Man game looked cool. Actually recognized the model. They did it. They used that for a test model a couple of months before the game got announced. We talking 11 here? Or are we talking Mega Man Dual Override? Because that's new hotness that's coming next year. This is not so new. So I don't know if you were talking this or Mega Man Dual Override. I imagine you were talking this, though. Now let's see an explanation of the double gear technique. Oh, so you've got to be low on energy to do this. When you're low on health, then you can activate both gears for the double gear technique. Speed and power both get boosted. There's no canceling it once it's activated. And after it finishes, the Mega Buster will be weakened for a short time. But it might save you in a pinch. That's real danger right there. But the regular Mega Buster will be weak. Now I see why. You better be sure that the double gear technique will finish the job. Because you can only have one Buster shot on screen, and you can't charge it. That's pretty dangerous right there. You can have 3 Buster shots on screen under normal circumstances. You can charge at 2 levels. But you can't do that when you're burnt out after the double gear. And if you don't use the charge when you are in double gear, when it's about to overheat, if you don't use that full charge, which is probably the final charge shot there, then you won't be able to use it. There is a whole lot of danger there. So let me see this here. Oh. That was just tower gear. When you overheat one gear, you're in less danger. That's no problem. But you've got to be sure of things. So there was that there. So now I know the double gear technique. Now I know how to make it work. So VIP channel point useless. Only if you're already a VIP, yes. There's no need to spend your Rio on that because you're already a VIP. That's for anyone else who hasn't been here very much, who hasn't been here as long as you all have and all. But Juan, you've been here a long time, so when you've considered redeeming it, I thought, Juan has been here a long time, save him the points. So no worries for you there. And hello to Beast Gamer Kuma. What's up is, after 3 weeks of various other excuses like Steam Next Fest, Mario Day, Alex and Street Fighter 6, demoing various games, finally it's Mega March time for whatever little bit of March is left. And one way for me to do that is to go through Mega Man 11 that I never did go through and I totally want to. And so I'm doing Blockman first. That's CRT monitor stuff there, isn't it? Last Man, one thinks that that's the first Robot Master based on a Navi. I'll look into that later then. But I'll say that there was an error in my mind. So there's a Torchman in this game. In Mega Man NT Warrior, no, I'll say Mega Man Battle Network first. There is a Fireman EXE, but we did wrong in the dub of Mega Man NT Warrior and called Fireman EXE Torchman. That felt not right here. So now we have an entirely independent, different Torchman instead. Kuma is all good with this here. I'm glad about it. So I can just press triangle to call in the rush coil instead of going to the pause menu for that. Why was I unable to jump there? So Bullseye for beating a Mawaru C using a Mega Buster without speed gear. Really, a trophy for that? That feels pretty standard though. I feel like that's a normal thing to not worry about. I wouldn't use speed gear on that at all. Let me read this description of the Mega Buster. Fire solar bullets packed full of the sun's energy. Charge it up to blast enemies with an unstoppable super shot. You can also overcharge the Mega Buster while power gear is active for shots of incredible power. And there it could look a little like a lemon, but not overly so. And here, with the energy around it, it definitely does not look like a lemon at all in this game. Basically, practice and standard. I'm not sure practice and standard. Are you talking about the difficulties and all in a past Mega Man game? I'm sure Mega Man 2, or rather Rockman 2, had practice and standard, but we had normal and hard or something. And Kuma is not sure how I feel about racing games, but Screamer is a great anime-style racing game. I've been seeing stuff about Screamer, and I heard IGN was good about it. And I think I tried to apply for a sponsorship for that to share with you all on Keymailer, and I think I've been rejected there. But I had a little curiosity. I don't know when I'd get it. Probably not really anytime soon, but it looks like it'd be fun. I could see myself getting it at some random, not anytime soon point. And I can see why I'd want to go speed gear, but I don't feel like it. It doesn't feel necessary. Even if I get hit, I still won't worry about speed gear. Oh, practice Sanders of Television. I don't know what Sanders of Television is. I have no idea, so I can't even gather thoughts there. The game sure feels like it controls well, though. Oh yeah, no special weapons on this here. But I wonder when I should, something. I could probably power gear here if I felt like it. I couldn't get out of the way of that, though. In one of these stacks, it definitely got to be a problem. Like that. It's hard to tell where they're come from, and then I will literally not be able to get out of the way at times. Oh, and here's something I should really mention. The English voice of Mega Man we're hearing here, the same voice as Number One from Codename Kids Next Door, and the young Joseph Joestar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2 Battle Tendency, which is part of Season 1 of the anime of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Ben Diskin. And as of right now, he will not be reprising the role of Mega Man in Dual Override because Capcom won't necessarily work with him so to help make a payable or profitable service and all. I mean, you gotta get your bag and you gotta make sure you're able to provide for yourself when doing this stuff. So I don't blame him at all. Maybe I've said the wrong reasoning why he won't be doing it, and I gotta look it up again. I won't mind doing that. But I shot that Metal before it shot the three-way shot, so I'm glad about that. Now I am gonna double check some trophies here. I totally forget stuff. Like, what was that? A boss room with no damage, deaths, or death protection. Definitely not happening here yet. Defeat all the mid-bosses without special weapons. And the bosses without special weapons. But see, these, though, they take away from the experience. Chain blast to destroy a stone wall. That would not take away. In fact, I wonder if this would that be the order of the do the stages? I hope not, and I don't believe so. Like Blockman, Acid Man, no, let's just go from top left to right. Then destroy 10 blocking enemies using special weapons. Destroy projectiles. Shinobi explosion. 3 or more enemies with a charge shot. Destroy 10 enemies during a speed gear use. A boss using only power gear attacks. Then the final charge shot. Defeat an enemy using the final charge shot. I'd like to think I can do that under normal circumstances, so let me try that here. Let's see about this here. Well, I had to get out of the way because of that Kaworu C or whatever that is. But at least those respawn easily. So I can try that again. Let's try this again. Is this the final charge shot? Yes, it is. That makes a whole lot of sense right there. Way easy trophy. Nothing about not using it on mini bosses. Now there is something about defeating the mini bosses without using special weapons, but I feel like they can keep coming up, so that wouldn't be a big deal. Maybe I can get one double shot, and then I can get a final charge, or yeah, final charge shot in. I'd like for that. But I really can't be for sure where they're gonna end up. I'll have to turn that off here. That's probably fine right there. I probably want to turn it off when I don't have much use for it. And then I won't overheat and I won't have to wait as long as well. That could be a thing there. But I guess, no, that's still special weapon meter, not just rush meter. Glad to get that hit in. I'll just avoid all of that there. I better think the slide too. And definitely got to slide under there. I'm glad to see there was nothing else. I thought too late to power gear. That is so bad on me. Maybe I'll think to do power gear this time around. This time too. Or I can test things here. So 2 double shots for that, looks like. And I don't want to get crushed by that block. And jumping gets me way further out. Now I ain't gotta really worry about that there. I think I'll turn this on right now. Oh. I'd forget about the recoil. So I will not be loading this. Oh no, I will not continue or stage select. There ain't no data to save or load. That's alright. It's okay. But yeah, I don't even think about the recoil on the power gear. So that's something I really got to pay attention to. We can show people getting decapitated is not realistic TV. I'm trying to think why that's being said. We can show people getting decapitated is not realistic TV. Why do you bring that up? Why do you say that? Because I'm not very sure. Why do you say that? Talking about practice and standard. But, I think there's something I missed with practice and standard. Practice Sanders of television. I still don't know what you're referring to here. Practice and standard, and I don't know what's being mentioned here, because none of those were even things in Mega Man 11's difficulties. The rules we could get away with. In what, though? I don't even know what rules or anything we can get away with in regards to practice and standard, and I don't know what that's referring to at all. Like, that's not being properly explained. I didn't even pay attention. Mega Man is actually saying, ready! In TV. Like, television as a whole, or what? I'm still not getting what's being said, unfortunately. Practice, standard, rules, and TV. Like, I still don't understand what's being said here regarding TV, practice, standard. Like, TV practices? Best TV practices? Or TV standard rules? Like, you can't say moron on the radio, you can only say it on TV? Like, I don't know what's being said here, and it's not being explained in a way that I can understand. Cannot say fireman on English TV, could say torchman. That I would not have known or realized. So, why not be able to say fireman in English TV on the dub of Mega Man NT Warrior? Why not able to say fireman if not because of the position? But why would that stop anyone in Japan from saying fireman in Rockman EXE, the anime? Why would that stop them? Because there are things I would... In fact, was Fireman a thing in the USA Network Mega Man cartoon? And they said Torchman back then? That's probably something I could look up, but I want to play more video game stuffs here. But I'm glad that was the final charge shot that I did. I'm glad I don't have to be right at the edge to jump right now, anyway. Well, I can't do that right now. If I can do that. But some of those will end up too close. But spacing it out is going to be fine. Like, I could not be for sure if I could be between those. There's our checkpoint there. And I need some help. Everybody remember they Nappa? Who they Nappa and what? Because if you're talking to Dragon Ball Z character, you're missing a P. So it could be either that or it could be Nappa Valley, and you didn't include the word Nappa, so there's no way to immediately know what's being said there. And then Nappa in what context? I wonder if I should speed here instead. I can't jump up all that high. Get that little energy capsule. Then comes this. My speed gear here. Yeah, speed gear is more the way to go. And I almost didn't make that jump. And I almost fell there. Oh, the charge shot will actually knock the helmet off. Okay, but then I overheated. Oops. I'm gonna wait until the gears refresh or cool down. Oh no, I don't need to now. There's no danger. What am I worried about? And I see where they're coming from, those little propeller things. Now it's gone from day to evening here. And that gear icon I pick up must be an instant cooldown. Oh, so it's you again, is it? Fine, I'll fight you again. Or I'll fight another of you. Right now, I'm just glad not to overheat. Well, that sucked. The problem here is we're on a conveyor belt. So I gotta keep worrying about going left. Until now. I am getting my extra life. No way am I letting you go. And I'm glad I thought the speed gear there. I really am. You know, there were spikes there instead of the little green emeralds or whatever. That could almost be a Gordo from Kirby. Glad to not get hit at that moment. But there's concerns to have. But he slows down too, though, is the main issue. And there's an energy tank. I definitely misjumped there. I will own every bit of that. Now I can really let you go, but I'm not going to, because I don't know why. So I'm glad I did get that extra life, though. So if I feel like platinuming this, I'm going to have to learn how to speedrun this. I'm going to have to learn these stages in earnest. But right now, what I'm doing is totally fine. I was totally in the air when that happened, though. I gotta be better there. But I feel like I don't move fast enough. I feel more like he still moves slow, so it's like there's not much point there. I mean, Rush Coil instead. I don't have the Rush glider though. Like, that feels irrelevant. No, we got there. We don't need no Rush, even though he is best boy. Now, I gotta worry about being crushed by blocks here. I probably want this here. I totally turned it off, though. Danger can be had here, though. And I can't go back. And also, the recoil, the hit stun is really long for Mega Man. That's another thing to worry about there. And boy, can he get crushed too easily. Oh, that won't kill him. That's a relief, though. Good to know that won't kill him, but it still stinks. And using Rush on these blocks is probably going to be a way to go. Yeah, that'll be a way up. But boy, is it a relief to not die by that. And can't crouch. Mega Man X can crouch in later games, but I don't remember Mega Man ever being able to crouch. Well, there is Marvel vs. Capcom, though. Was he able to crouch in the Power Battle? And then the Power Fighters? I forget. Then I didn't see that there. There's too much to keep up with at times. It's alright, though. Ugh. Now that stunk. Now I'm low on health. Will I retain the charge as I go through the doors? Let's see.
Never thought you'd make it this far.
You can charge it even during.
Ton of bricks.
Good to know. That hurt him pretty bad, though. Now he's got the power here, and he restored health. That's bad news. And then I jump under his armpit to die during double gear. That ain't fun.
What are you doing here? You're a few bricks short of a load.
I slide underneath there. So how do I deal with this form, I wonder? And I ask rhetorically. It is that red core. I think... Boy. I can't tell where he's gonna attack. I don't know this pattern. But if I die, or if I am low on health, I'm gonna use an energy tank this time around. Then we'll fire a regular shot at the core, or try to. And as I thought, that would happen. I feel like I shouldn't jump there. I'm getting it now. I don't think I need the energy tank though. Oh, that punch. Now I do need it. I'm not taking that chance right now. But I couldn't tell where to go there. It's like when he's walking, the core gets just too high. He ain't done here though. Oh, these projectiles I can break, it looks like. I want to think these are projectiles I can break for a trophy. He's real angry. Yep. Is he even getting hit though? Yes, he is. Okay. 1 down, 7 to go. Oh, that's Mega Man 2 style. That's Mega Man 2 stage clear jingle. Or boss defeated. I'll say stage clear. I did not game over yet. And his whole form changes somehow this time around compared to other games. Get equipped with Block Dropper. Let's test it. Let's try it. Generate heavy stone blocks that you drop down to crush enemy, or that drop down to crush enemies. Try it while Power Gear is active to multiply your attack and really knock their block off. You don't have to charge it, you just gotta use the gear. Good to know. But there's no way to know who'd be weak to the stuff. There's something I wonder about a trophy, if I want to do it like that or not. Do I or do I not? Let me see about it here. I don't think I want to put you all through that, in all honesty. But what boss would I want to beat using only Power Gear attacks? What would I want to do? Defeat the bosses of all 8 stages without special weapons. Do I want to do that now, or do I want to do that later? I'm not sure. I see the stream's been up for 2 hours, though, so there is something I'm sure of, and I think it would honestly be a good idea, so I'm going to do that as soon as I get to where I need to with this. I am glad to be finally going through Mega Man 11, and it's possible to go through it in an hour if you do know the game enough or you're some kind of savant. But even with all that, though, the important thing is to not overdo it. And one way to not overdo it is to take a break, like I suggest. So stretch, relieve yourself, get a drink, get a snack, and we'll get back to the latest Mega Man game. I don't know what's going on. It had the same issue again. I don't get it. I don't like it. So I need to look into this after the stream. I'm just glad I could get back within 90 seconds. But yeah, I don't know why it crashes when I change scenes, for that matter. But again, I'm just glad I could get back to it in enough time. Why is it doing that? I'd hate for it to be based on the new OBS update. I should probably see things. And Juan wants to bring up the old catchphrase of Bob the Builder. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. I'm not going to rely on Bob the Builder to fix the OBS issues. I'll figure that out through my own tests on the internet. If I need Bob to build a house, then he's who I'll call. But I probably won't be beating this in one stream if I had to guess. In fact, probably gonna wanna have an idea as to when to end the stream tonight. But I've got no expectation of being able to do it in one stream. That all said, if I just focus and try with the whole, don't worry about the trophies thing, I probably could be closer to that. Any other popular 2000 phrase? I almost swear Sonic Adventure was not 2000, so I'm gonna double check that real fast. But last I checked, Sonic X was mid-2000s, so that would be Gotta Go Fast. Now, Sonic Adventure was 1998.
I strongly believe.
So then when was Sonic Adventure 2? That was 2001, so let's see. 2001, Sonic Adventure 2. That blue hedgehog again, of all places. Juan knows that Sonic Adventure was a late 90s game. I would not enough remember. That was definitely 1998. But Sonic Adventure 2 was definitely 2000, so that would absolutely fit. Of the cooler, that my favorite of Shadow. I don't know if you're saying you're glad for the... Oh, did I not save? Oh, no. I did not save finishing Blockman stage, so I've already fallen behind. I may decide to do something shorter that I can better do. In fact, I could also use it to celebrate something. Let me double check and see if it's a thing here or if I need to change a setting. I can't believe I forgot about saving though. Autosave must not be a thing here. Okay, so it's not set like I want it to be. So I'm gonna try and figure out where it is and do the thing. As soon as I can find it anywhere. Where, oh, where is it though? I don't think it's there. So where would it be? There it is. We'll make that the main one. Okay. So that whole Warriors of Light thing, the leader doesn't even use the Twitch anymore. So it felt like Warriors of Light was pretty nonsensical at this point. But I'm gonna do Mega Man 11 another day. But let me tell you this here. You've heard that I've been accepted into the Twitch Retro Creator Club. So there's that, and then there's an actual separate stream team thing that I had not applied for, but I did yesterday, and now I'm officially part of the Twitch Retro Creator Club stream team. So when you scroll down to About Uncommon Soul, you see 1,000 followers. You're gonna see Twitch Creator Club Retro Gaming next to that now. And I figure, if I'm gonna do that and I messed up Mega Man 11 and didn't save, to which Mindy says yikes, to which I entirely agree, maybe instead right now, to keep it all Mega Man related, I don't know if I have it downloaded right now. I may have to re-download it. Let me find it. Well, damn, I have to re-download it. Fine. I'm gonna bring up the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, and I'm going to go through Mega Man X1. I didn't have this installed. It'll be whatever, though. Except that I'm out of space. I need 10 gigs in the portable hard drive. And I've got almost 4 gigs. But I didn't see anything about auto-saving in Mega Man 11, and I can hardly believe that in this day and age. Now, games that have a separate auto-save file than manual save files, that's all fine, and in fact, a little more expected than not. And that's my preference, instead of having one file that automatically saves all the time. But if there was no autosave there, that's a bit of a misstep there. That won't speak against the gameplay, though. I'm fine with the gameplay and all. I think right now one complaint I have is Mega Man moves slow with the speed gear, but it's still faster than the world around him. I feel bad about the world, or him being slow, even though he's faster than the world with the speed gear on. But how did it get all incorporated in him? Was it just 2 gears in him? Because those are big gears for a little boy, robot boy. But yeah, between the transition crashes of OBS and not saving Mega Man 11, I've got to figure a way to feel better and still do Mega Man related things. So what's something I can delete that I won't be playing much of right now? But it's got to be somewhere here. It's probably going to be Legend of Mana at the moment. No, I'll do Dark Souls Remastered. I will do it! I will play it! But not anytime soon is all. I have no idea when I'm going to. There's so many games that need me to play them, and I don't know when I'm going to play them, but they deserve it so much! You shouldn't need any more space. What goes on here now? Why is there still an error? How in the hell, when I just deleted 7 gigs of space in addition to the almost 4 I already had, and I still need more space? Something's wrong with that picture. I am definitely angry that I somehow didn't think to manually save beating Blockman. I guess I've taken auto-saving for granted. That's all I can imagine right now, and I hate that I have. But I'm just so used to it. I can hardly believe it. So what can I get rid of now to make more space for this? And I'm probably not talking about enough Mega Man things now that we're actually doing Mega Man games. You know, I may decide to go a different direction. I'm gonna go ahead and delete something else, but I may decide to play something else entirely. Star Ocean, Shin Megami Tensei, Devil May Cry. Let's delete Shin Megami Tensei. It'll be some time until I play that. Okay, now it'll work. But I think I do have a better idea. And it'll still be retro. Time for me to change the category to retro as it is. And it'll be very alright. So it ain't gonna be Mega Man 11 anymore. Let's see. How do I type this? I'm gonna type in Mega Man The Power Battles. And then just say all last gen consoles. I think I can honestly say that. But I don't know if this that I'm about to try will work, so I'm gonna have to get the game feed off for a moment so that no one sees any names that they don't need to see. Okay, we're good there. It's downloading, but I forgot that I have games that still apply. So what we're gonna do is go to the Capcom Arcade Second Stadium instead. And I believe the both of them should be there, actually. If not, I've got the first to look through, so it won't be an issue. But I almost swear that both of them are here in the second stadium. It's too bad that I don't remember if Saturday Night Slam Masters had a second arcade. I swear it did have a second arcade. Definitely a second game. But it's not here. Only the first Saturday Night Slam Masters is here. And I'll be using a fight stick because this is an arcade. There's the power battle. Then there's the power fighters. There they are. So we'll be doing this here first, and it's still very Mega Man themed. Let's see here. Maybe Gen 8, is it? What generation are we in now? I forget. Right now, I'm going to say all Gen 8 consoles. The power battle. Let me double check the generations. Switch 1. Nintendo Switch. That's the 8th generation, so it is Gen 8. And I'm going to let you all decide. Whoever says something first, they make the decision on whether I play as Mega Man, Proto Man, or Bass. So whoever types in a name first, that's who I'll play as for Mega Man the Power Battle. I want to give you an opportunity to let your voice be heard, and this sure feels like a good one here. A simple question that can easily be acquiesced, that can easily be given to you all. Ericus says Proto Man, so I'll be going through Mega Man the Power Battle as Proto Man. But we're gonna see this here. There's our man there. And unlike Mega Man in the past games, Proto Man can charge the shot. Although Mega Man can charge in 11, but not 9 and 10. It's like he can't decide in what games he can charge his Buster or not, actually. Oh, right, it's a touch pad to start. Proto Man it is, at the request of Ericus. And then I forget this. Name a Mega Man game that you enjoy out of 1 through 7. So if you enjoy any of the Mega Mans 1 through 7, name your favorite of those. And the first one to respond with that, that'll be the campaign I go through. I totally forgot that that was a thing. So who's got a favorite Mega Man they can think of out of those? I've got one that I can definitely enjoy, but then there are 2 others that definitely still are a good feeling to me, and coincidentally enough, I want to think they are based on Dark Phoenix Tori's own enjoyments, and they make sense after having played through them years and years ago. Anybody got a favorite Mega Man of 1 through 7 they can think of, or one that they enjoy? So I don't get a response in the next 30 seconds, then I'll pick one for myself. I can almost think that Ericus is biting his tongue because he chose who I'm going to play as and wants to let you all have an opportunity to choose something else. So there's a little bit of opportunity to make that happen, but if no one says anything, then I will make the call. I'm just fond of letting you all have a say in how some things go, because that doesn't happen nearly as much. But I think it's been silent enough, so I'm going to go ahead with it. I'm going to go Mega Man 7. And I feel like that's pretty random, actually. I don't get to pick that. That's Shade Man, last I checked. Yep. Pretty bright there, too. Okay, it's X and circle to jump. And no crouching here. And no mega uppercut in this game. Those special attacks aren't until Mega Man 2 The Power Fighters. I don't know, that could sound very Sega Genesis, couldn't it? That victory jingle. Mindy liked Mega Man X5. I'm good with X5. Unfortunately, it's not a game you can pick from here, campaign-wise. But not a hardcore Mega fan. That could be part of, or not a hardcore Mega Man fan. That could be why you might not have set any number here then. But I think you can also press a button to... Oh, the button got stuck. I forget if Frostman is a thing here, like I want to believe. Oh, this button is actually getting stuck. That's kind of concerning there. I'm gonna need to get under the stick here and fix the stickiness of the X button. I do not need that at all. And when am I gonna switch special weapons, I wonder? Okay, I can press a button to time it. There's Freeze Man. He is weak to that, though. That's what all the flashing is, but that's horrible epilepsy trigger. No, that is horrible epilepsy right there. I was hoping to hear Freeze Man's theme. I can't think of the weaknesses in this game. There's Slash Man. Oh, right. Weak to that there. Jumping around so much. Now we're all out of that. That's rapid fire instead of the charge. Real savage like Wolverine. The X button is bad stuck though. The X button is bad stuck. I don't like that. 2 stages left though. Well, 2 regular stages. I don't have what he's weak to, Cloud Man. Oh my goodness. That happened because the X button is stuck. But I don't feel like switching back to the DualSense though. Although I probably should. Probably only need to take some rubbing alcohol for this, and this is easy to open up and fix, so it won't be the biggest problem in the world, but it still, right now, sucks. Yeah, it's sticking. It's so bad. Things are going all the way wrong this stream. Like, all the way wrong. I'm gonna pretend that Thunderbolt he took in ended up being the last straw after that charge shot. That's the last regular stage there. So Cloud Man must be with the Turbo Man. I'm gonna be weak to that. What I ought to do is shoot that to the wall and shoot that to him. But not while he's that car mode. Real nice to let that echo and then bounce it right into him. This is my main stick. Good thing it's sticking here, not in Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8 or something. You're right about that. It could be much worse. Especially during a ranked battle. Did I forget about this pumpkin here? The fire ain't getting in there, though. And I can't get past that. That's what's weak to. Now, the jumping I can get past. That's all fine there. I see Elect Man and Pharaoh Man. I don't know if the other man's back there. And then the big bad. And the bigger question is if I'll be able to do something in the last moments. Now I can't get past that as easily. Oh, right, it ain't done yet. I can't shield dash past. Then came another death. That whistle, though, and the sticky buttons. Okay, just broke that. It looks like I just broke that. I thought I was gonna rewind, but I don't think I will. I feel like I just broke it before he went away. But I can't be all that sure. No, I can't be all that sure now. Only now that I try to rewind and it's too late. But I want to think I broke it. I really do. How appropriate. No words, it seems. I forget how little there is for this. Proto Man. Who is he? Proto Man, Dr. Light's first ever built robot just before completion. He appears before Mega Man from time to time and mysteriously disappears. Oh, I can rewind this. Dr. Light's first ever built robot just before completion. He ran away and vanished. He appears before Mega Man from time to time and mysteriously disappears. Is he friend or foe? Where is he off to? Nobody knows. He sure feels as enigmatic as Max in the Bomberman series. I forget what game that's from there, but it's a real familiar thing, and that felt like a bigger charge shot than what I just pulled off. But yeah, I'm feeling kind of bad here, because not only did I forget about saving manually in Mega Man 11, but now I got sticky fight stick buttons, and OBS wants to keep crashing when I switch scenes. So all that's really bothering me. Proto Man reminds Ericus of Racer X. That would also make sense as well. And by extension, that would also remind me of Racer D. And we can see Racer D and everybody else in Dexter's Laboratory on the free Tubi app now, which is pretty fun to think about, and a lot of cartoons are there too. But I'm thinking I may end up calling it a little early because things have been going bad, and I don't like how uncomfortable I'm feeling about it. But I hate to do it what feels so soon. But I think I have to, and I don't like it, but I feel like I have to. So I have got to figure out some things. And in fact, actually, there's probably a very good idea of someone to entrust you all to, given the Mega Man stuff going on right now. So if you want to be cooler than you already are, you can copy and paste this raid message here. Remember when it used to be full of fighting game characters in Ryu and Guile and Chun-Li and then the Mortal Kombat dragon? Remember those days? I miss those days. I hate that they're gone. I don't need no 2XKO. And it's more LOL, not 2XKO to people. Let's be real. Ericus remembers those days. All kinds of fighting game representation we could be happy about. It may have been Street Fighter V, but at least 5 was getting better. And hey, when 6 came out, it was already great. 6's launch was way better than 5's launch, and I want to think it was better than Arcade Edition and Champion Edition. I'm not sure there, but still. Figure out things while watching Tubi Tunes? Possibly, but I may instead do the anime thing, because I've got a lot of anime I need to catch up on. And I've also got some games I gotta record and sample for you all. I don't want to just have them for free. I want to actually do worthwhile things with value with them. So I should be thinking of doing that as well. Right now, I'm gonna set up a raid for you all to go to G to the next level. I almost said G to the next raid, and that is totally not a thing. But G is more into the retro than I'm able to be, but they definitely enjoy them some retro stuff, especially with Sega related things. Not just Sonic, but Sega as a whole. Right now, though, there ain't no Sega happening here. They're doing Megathon, playing all the Mega Man X games for charity. This is the first day. So sometime down the line, Mindy, G will be going through Mega Man X5. So if you ever felt like seeing them go through it, that might be a time if you're able to or if you feel like it. Already halfway there to the $200 goal. That's already a lot of support for the American Red Cross. We're gonna support by bringing Mega Man love over to G as well. And I hope I get these things fixed sooner than later. I'm definitely gonna test and figure things out, I can tell you that. And hopefully the next stream won't be so bad like I feel this was. Until then, take care of yourself, love yourself, be kind to yourself, forgive yourself, believe in yourself. And if you get knocked down, you can take a little time getting up, but don't stay down forever. The world and its infinite possibilities are too impatient for you to get back up. Don't keep them waiting. You're awesome. Pass it on. And until next time, stay uncommon. Later.